Righty, let's celebrate. I finally edited the part 4. So quickly to resume, recap what happened was last evening. Yesterday I recorded so much, it was like 2 hours. It was ridiculous. YouTube even wouldn't even allow it to upload that much, so I had to cut it to hour and a half, and I wanted to. I did. Still was too much. I tried to upload it. You know when? I went to sleep. I was like, what was it, like 11:30 p.m. and then I put it to upload, hour and a half. I would fall asleep. I wake up like 30 minutes later, like 3 times or 4 times, and it was just by the fourth time I was like, okay, this is ridiculous. like, and even my phone, I would open YouTube to check, okay, how is it going, and it would just freeze. It like wouldn't upload, and then I just decided to just turn off the internet, like, put on airplane mode and just go to sleep. Good choice. But I also noticed that yesterday, due to this overdoing, which I do, like, of recording, I kind of didn't focus on. I almost spent much less time outside and just editing, looking on phone. I saw so much of myself, but you know what's good news? I wasn't annoyed by that, so I guess that's self love. Because before I wouldn't be like, no way I can look at myself. I mean, listen to myself that much. But you know what? I enjoyed it still, somehow. But here's the thing. Thank goodness I didn't eat that biscuit, that waffle, that chocolate yesterday, because that was maybe that one right choice I made saved me, because made definitely helped me to prepare. Because what happened was, usually for me, one of the biggest red flags, biggest no-nos is to lay on bed and watch phone, be on phone when I'm in bed, because that's like a recipe for, that kind of habit, that final boss to win. Kick my ass. But yeah, for the demons. But thankfully, I didn't do that. I just kind of would get up and kind of like, it's like, what? That sort of thing. So, yeah, oh my goodness. Thankfully, I didn't eat any, like, sweets yesterday. So I guess that was my first test. And that's the thing, you never know when that shit is gonna happen. But usually at night, for me, like, it's evening, night, that's when I'm most vulnerable to that. But nowadays I don't use computer. Everything's unplugged because of the repair, so I'm really glad. And I guess spending time with myself. I still, I guess, spend time with myself for all that recording, all that editing. And now I got the video all the way to. I tried to upload like 50 something minutes. It was still too much. And my mom was like, "Oh, the internet's kind of slow today. I wonder what's happening." So innocent, and I'm like, "Oh man, I just felt bad." So I was like, "You know what? I'm just gonna cancel this upload, and I'm gonna shorten it even more." And that was like a lot of like me, like, all these like unnecessary, like, oh, like, yeah, that sort of thing. Even like I was talking like some ramblings that wouldn't help anyone. So I just cut out a lot of that filler, and now the video is rendered. I'm gonna upload it, and yeah. Also, there was a lot of like dark side stuff, but I realized, you know what? I was like debating, should I like talk about stuff? Should I upload it? But first of all, it's too long, and the universe clearly gave me a sign, like, it saved me. So it confirmed to me, like, you don't need to upload this, because here's what happened. So I was talking about basically about stuff that I already completed. It's like you played the video game and you didn't enjoy the chapter, and you would come back to that chapter just to kind of like bury yourself. So I was like almost like burying myself. Just I also didn't like how I was like using these like bad words towards myself, even though I didn't mean it. But it just it wasn't even that entertaining in my opinion when I watched it. So it's like one thing I learned is like, if you already completed a chapter, in my case, now that I make these videos, and you feel at peace, you don't need to talk about it. You don't need to revisit it. Instead, I'm gonna focus on and talk about stuff that I'm trying to figure out right now, or that I feel, maybe something that's bugging me, and that sort of thing. Yes, so that and other stuff I'm just gonna leave like privately. If I feel at peace, let's not mess with that. Let's just leave it be. Complete chapter, awesome. So yes, yeah, and now the videos will be much shorter. It will upload faster because it's like it really takes a lot to upload. I tried to upload it for like 4 hours last night, and no way, it wasn't happening. at the end of the morning, I saw that was actually 85% that 2 hour video. No, no thanks. I mean, thanks for closure, universe, but yeah, thanks for protecting me, because that wouldn't have helped anyone. That story, these ramblings, it's like, nah. And also another lesson I learned is to protect my energy, protect myself. So, sometimes, you can, with good intention, you can put something that's like, even one time I remember I had this thing with Eurovision 2021, and there was like 39, I think, songs, and I wanted to like make this video where I, rank them all, my top, and 39, and I did that, and it took me like literally weeks to figure that out. And then by the time I uploaded it, I quickly realized, I mean, one of my friends at the time, Edith, she kind of liked it, but like, I just felt this like, and that's once again that thing where I realized I'm not gonna be a YouTuber, I don't want that. Like, I don't want a lot of views or attention or, comments, like dislike, I mean, bad comments, of course. I don't want that, so, because that will really mess with me, so I just quickly realized, holy shit, that's the lesson here. That's what I need to do. I just deleted that video immediately, and I felt relief. So, similar kind of thing here. Yes. Also, yeah, let me show you how I go pacing. So, I was like talking, and I'm like, less is more, less is more, less is more. Because it's like this and like that and like this and that and like that and like this and like that and that and like that, this and that and that. It's like this. Good. Okay, that's a little. Okay, very mature. Very, very mature. This is my inner child coming out, because I guess I was the kid that. I do remember moments when I would play with other kids in the yard, and I would make like jokes, and I was like really funny, and other kids enjoyed that, and it was fun. And then at some moment I started kind of closing down, getting in my shell, and be the quiet kid. So, yeah. But I guess now I get the chance to be a silly goof. Yeah. Cool. Sure. So I had to tell the story. So remember the massage 2 days ago? From 2 days ago, I went, and one moment I was really chuckling about big time. I came in, and lady was like, "Oh, you will need like an extra pair of trunks, underwear," and I was like, "Yeah." And then she gave me this like, like a one-time kind of use kind of thing, you know. Okay, so and she left the room. She said, "Okay, now you can change it, whatever." It's like, so there you go. There's your man standing butt naked, and okay, I take this like stuff that was given to me, and I see, okay, one end is okay, like regular, and there's like, okay, enough to cover, the bum or the people's strudel, and and the other, and the, yeah, the other side. I'm sorry. Yeah, so I want this. What an idiot. The other side. I'm crying. Oh my god, I'm like Big Boss when he saw David kick the table. Oh my goodness. And the other side was like really narrow. And I was like standing there naked. I'm like, which which side do I put it on? Like an idiot. So thankfully I put it on the right side, so I guess my bum was more revealed, but the strudel was covered. Imagine if I put it the wrong way. Oh my god, how embarrassing would that be? I'm so glad I got this on the video. I didn't know if I was gonna crack up like that. Oh, that was awesome. Hey, we are homies. It's Kupstukas. Kupstukas. Kupstukas bingo.
Being Pstukas loves petting. And Pstukas, yeah, they're kind of similar age. Pstukas is a little younger. This is being,
Okay, so I was doing. Now it's like I think like maybe like 90 minutes went by. What I was doing was kind of similar to that, that journaling thing what I did with pen and paper. But I did this kind of thing that now made me understand why I like and resonate with Conan O'Brien, because he's one of the rare people that he said it himself. He had this like repressed sexual like energy, I guess. Just like because of religion or something like that, and in Ireland, and either way, so basically he has a lot of energy, and Conan, he's hilarious. But one thing I do particularly enjoy is when Conan kind of uses that repressed energy, and that energy can come out in like weird, unappealing ways, and then you kind of will do stuff like that. Like when I was doing this, I kind of like I didn't write, but I was pacing here, and I was like. That sort of thing. Yeah, I still have more. I do. Yeah, it's a lot of energy. I think a lot of all the time. Think of any times you would like limit yourself. Maybe you had something to say, maybe a different opinion or something like that, and you just kind of like. Maybe you were you chose to just keep it to yourself. Stuff like that. Or maybe at school you wanted to raise your hand and you were too kind of afraid and you didn't, but you had the right answer or whatever. I did that many times. Anytime you just basically held something within. So now that all these can kind of, in a safe way, when I don't know if I recommend that, because for me it works, but I think it will work for anyone, really. But it's not even advice, it's just more like, I want to just show this weirdness, it's really funny. And even that laughter, I think, I realized that, what it is, I think. I thought that, jokingly I could say that's me going insane, but it's not. Maybe, but you see, I was miserable for a long time, and anytime I would get close to like feeling happy or good, I would kind of self-sabotage, like caught in the middle, and yeah, so so when I do get to feel that after a while, it's like, I guess that there was a lot of stored up kind of laughter, and or something like that, and you see what happens. Oh, that was awesome. So on a serious note, I should, and I already did, spend more time offline, off my phone, and walking outside and breathing the air, just spending time with myself. And yeah, and maybe I said I was studying geography, I should do that as well. Yeah. But yeah, that was fun. I'll definitely try to show you that just full on insanity that I did with all that. Yeah. It's not even like, it's just, I don't know, it's fun. Any references you have, from like anywhere, like TV, shows, movies, video games, anything like that. And maybe you can even be a Spider-Was. Spider-Was, come out to play, BAM! Stuff like that. Yes. Yeah. Okay, so I have to show some authenticity. So yesterday I watched GTA 6 trailer. My honest thoughts, first impressions, I didn't like it. Why? So I said it looks like Far Cry 6, which is would be a good thing, but you see, the thing is, for a GTA player like me, it's like very different, and it's like you want that GTA style, and it's gone. It's like, and also these characters, they look like so like like wax figures or something like that. I just don't enjoy that. It reminds me of that definitive edition, fiasco. No, yeah, it's a shame. But you know what? Even if I don't like the game, honestly, I don't even want to play it. I'm not excited, and maybe that's a good thing because for me, like it's maybe if I stop playing video games, for me that could be a good thing because if I do it, it's not even games or gaming. It's just myself, like because I have to overdo it. I have to go all out. And then I just it's not good for me. So, but watching streams, absolutely. Maybe some video game reviews, that sort of thing, sure. But playing myself, and another thing, you know what it is? I'm a victim of nostalgia, like MXM Toon song title, because I'm so stuck in these like GTA Vice City, San Andreas, GTA 4, into that bubble and the stories games, the Liberty City and Vice City stories. So I'm still stuck in these, and that's my jam, And GTA 5 wouldn't count it as my jam because once again, you know what? After 10 years now, I think I can finally say it. And Thriller also said this. He said he didn't enjoy it. I also didn't enjoy it, and for like the longest time, I tried to find different angles to look at it and blame myself for having expectations. Well, you know what? At some point, you have to just stop blaming yourself. And even with that connection too, I did that as well. And so at some point, you have to stop. You already, yeah, you look at the stuff that you did wrong, but at some point, you have to stop blaming yourself. And I did. So I just have to say I didn't enjoy GTA 5. Not my game. I think that happened because Rockstar changed at the time, and one of these like Dan Houser or whatever, these developers they left that were there in 2000s. So it's definitely changed and it's very different. And also, like most people, I don't like change. I just don't. We don't like it. I like the things to stay kind of similar, the same, familiar. And this feels unfamiliar for me. It feels different, but not in a good way. And also, I mean, one thing I guess I do like, it was kind of cool seeing the beach that I'm so used to seeing in the Vice City. That's like usually, kind of empty, and then here it was like full of people. So that was kind of cool, and also I kind of don't like when Rockstar did this with GTA 5 too. It's like too much like that, like parody of like something. It's like overdone in my opinion, but that's rich coming from me because I overdo things. So maybe that's something, a reflection too. But I think to me it would be probably best to just. I mean, it could be also one of these things where you at first you don't like something, then you kind of warm up to it. Like for example, Thriller said at first he didn't like Assassin's Creed, but then he got it as a gift and tried it, and after some time he got hooked. So, I mean, maybe. Well, that's my 2 cents. I am glad that we are opening up. We are on a roll. This is on the next new chapter. This is a new level we reached. Yesterday was actually a really good moment in the evening. Because look, I was kind of grumpy, so maybe that's why I also didn't enjoy the trailer. But you know what else? But I did enjoy something else. There was a song I haven't listened to in a long time, from earlier in the year, and it's Linkin Park Lost. So I listened to that song, made me feel better, made me kind of be at peace with my emotions. Okay, so I kept seeing this thing on YouTube that about loneliness epidemic, especially for men. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, yesterday I had a moment at the end of the video where I kind of questioned if I feel lonely, and I did the Sagittarius thing. I laughed at my pain. Actually, I wasn't even feeling pain, but I guess I'm. You see what happened? I did feel a lot of loneliness for this journey, especially back in like earlier in this year. I think like around summertime, spring. I felt it a couple of times, and it was good to kind of, notice that, but to learn about that. But took some time to get used to it, and then later, I guess, and then there was like this like as I said, in the summer, beginning of summer, I felt like emptiness in the air. Almost, it's really weird to explain, but yeah, it's just like this void, and I would try to like fill it and avoid it, and then at some point later, a few months later, I finally started to. I think it was like in November, early November, I think it was. I tried. I mean, I started to embrace it. I accepted it, and acceptance is also really a powerful thing with these kind of things. So, and now I feel better. So, I guess technically, I guess I can feel lonely and be, but I'm at peace because I would rather be like this and with progress than be surrounded by a bunch of I don't know acquaintances or something that I don't care. I don't like that. So, and I mean, and of course I have. Listen, I can talk to Vicky C and Thriller, and I'm like, that's my social battery, like complete.
I just rewatched the part where I was laughing and seeing my eyes. Oh, hilarious.
One thing that I used to wonder and kind of almost like it was like almost like a tiny little smidge of bitterness. It was like for me, I would feel like how do other people like how do they get together? Like I can't imagine that they all just go for all the shit that I'm going through. Like just people they just meet and boom boom there you go couple. It's like like my parents for example. I mean I'm sorry I can't imagine my dad like trying to overthink and like analyze and all this shit. And but from what I know story about how my parents met, they just met literally. They just met them, and then I guess they just hit it off. So you see, but here's I guess what I heard is, we have these like soul contracts or whatever, karmic debt, and I guess, and good news is if we do go for this shit, we learn our lessons, we will not need to repeat that, and we will then improve our not only our current life, but if you believe in afterlives, whatever, our next life, and then one another, and it's our soul is gonna travel, I believe, through these lives, and we already had probably previous lives where we had to learn, of course, lessons to get to where we are now. That's why you kind of see people, as different, it's like one big road, and everyone's like kind of someone's here, someone's there, everyone's figuring out their journey. And I guess, in my opinion, my best guess would be like if you have people who are like, I don't know, man, like, how do you say, like successful, I guess? Who like really you can tell they're happy and successful, not like fake or phony, but I can't think of an example right now. But I guess just maybe someone like Arnold or someone like that. I think these people are who went through a lot of lessons through their lifetimes, and now they landed on Earth again, and now they have all that, I guess. So maybe. And then there's also, I mean, I hate to say it, like to make it something like, oh, I'm like superior, oh, I'm this spiritual, but I mean, it's like it's almost like I heard this lady say, Linda. I mean, no, it's Kelly, but she would call her audience Linda, so I'm Linda, I guess, too. It's fun. Yeah, so also a terrible lady, but one of the few I trust. But I stopped watching, but it was a beautiful ending. I got her like a coffee, Okay, either way, so she said something like, it's like others are now at the kindergarten, like energetically, I guess, and they get kind of things easily, and we have to we are like university or something like that, and we just kind of have to get it the hard way or whatever, so we have to go for this shit. But I don't know why, but I guess also I kind of read this title of the video, high vibrational people, they kind of have a harder time finding, their love, their romantic person. So because yeah, I mean, I don't know, it's like something to brainstorm about, I guess, but that's at least what I heard. I can't tell what's true, what's not true. It's like Mike Shinoda says, nothing makes sense anymore. Well, I mean, it's just kind of interesting to think about. Like, why do we have to go for this? Like, why, like, how come, like, most people, they just kind of like, there you go, they met, there you go, couple. Okay. I don't know. Like, I mean, there has to be a reason, right? You know, but the good news is, like, I look at it like this. So we have other connections, you know, soulmates. Like, for example, for me and mi hermano, like, and that's a strong, solid, once in a lifetime connection, and I'm really grateful for that. It's a person that is a friend that understands, a friend that sticks to the master plan. So, and also then there's Francesca, for example. For me, that's a strong connection. So I guess we are given these connections to kind of balance it out. It's like universe is like, okay, you're gonna have this tough shit, but at the same time, I'm gonna give you these energies, these people that you will connect to eventually, because it's all like simulation, I guess, in a way. But you have your free will, but still you have intuition. So people that you're supposed to meet, you're destined to meet, like, you will probably meet them, and I guess you'll have, you know, a balance. Yeah, something along those lines. If you have any thoughts on that, let me know. I'm not saying this is true, I don't know. That's just how I kind of see it. Because, I don't know. But I think it's something like that. Why is it like, you know, like, most or some people, they kind of, it's like, I can't imagine, I don't know if they also have to go through this, like, all this complicated thing. Or do they just kind of meet, like, for example, my sister and my brother-in-law, like, they met and it's all stable and solid. And, you know, I know my sister went for, like, breakup before that, but I went through breakup, and now I ended up in this, like, complicated thing. So it's like interesting. I'm not saying like I'm like jealous or anything. No, I'm happy for my sister, but I'm just kind of curious. It's like interesting to think why. Maybe one day we will know. Maybe one day we will know this is why. Or maybe once we do finally meet that person, once we do finally become that person, that once our these like vibrations or frequencies match, we finally, the two long lost soulmates will meet, and it's true love. It's solid foundation. Imagine a person who also is going through that lessons, their own lessons, that in order to reach you, you know, and you're both reaching that eventually, slowly but surely. I believe that. Because look, like, think about it this way. Like, what are the odds of, like, me and Vic VC, for example, meeting? Like, what are the odds of that? What are the odds of me seeing Francesca on that 2016 show? I didn't watch the show for like 10 years before that. What if I came back like a year later? I wouldn't have seen her. So that was like some destined moments. I believe that. And also from these tarot energy readings, that definitely they've been through pretty much every time the energies were like that. Yes, they take time differently to reach you. Sometimes, you know, December reading might happen like in January or earlier, because energy has no time in it, you know. But it just, but will reach you. So one thing I heard so many times: new love, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. There is this like soulmate that's like far away, but, and even this connection with, you know, with these runners, it creates like this. It created this like, you know, like a bubble, and it's like hard to get through that bubble for other soulmates. Here's an example. Let me tell you about my friend Jake, Fluffy the cat, a fighter from Utah. He's also a tarot reader, and he's unique because from readers because he is also a part of this cycle, and he also has an ex-girlfriend who, you know, he has a story with like that. So Jake also understands energy. He's like kind of like a pupil for Steve. You know, they don't know each other. It's really funny, but oh. And Steve was he's been following these cycles since like 1994, and for him, and I guess he is a part of this cycle too. He's been for one as well, But now he's like, when he has to like read that energy, he has to swim in that energy, and it's like really draining. So he feels all the emotions and that sort of thing when he reads it. And same with Fluffy the cat, Jake from Utah. Oh man, I miss Jake. Last time I miss my buddy. It's like last time we talked was like, I think it was like June. It was like the end of June, something like that. And you know what was really awesome? Jake was kind enough, generous to do a free energy reading for G-Man. It was even titled like reading for G-Man or something like that. And also Jake saw some of my videos and he liked how I'm crazy too, and yeah, he likes weird as well, so that's cool. Yeah, he's a cool cat. And you know what's funny? Jake also got a kitten, and he called him Tom Cruise. So because Jake would sit and he would be like talking, and he would say that he's talking to demon in his wall, so, or he would call Universe Tom Cruise, and it was just fun. And actually, through Fluffy, he showed me the movie. He told me about it. The film, Meet Joe Black, which I remember when I posted the what was it, like the pizza, the cocoa, and I was watching Brad Pitt, young Brad Pitt. Yeah, that was that movie. My one movie a year. I really enjoyed it. Awesome movie. And yeah, so, and also these cycles. Good news. These cycles, according to Steve, I think they last, I believe, 12 years, if I'm not mistaken. And but that doesn't mean that it's gonna last for a person who is in it for 12 years. It just means that one cycle starts, let's say, yeah, so 12 years in between. So it's like a bus, if you rode a bus or a train, and there are bus stops, and some people will climb in here in the beginning, and they'll go for their journey, and they'll kind of get out of it at this point. And then other people will start their journey here. They'll climb in, and I guess it's almost kind of time for us to climb out, or we're getting definitely closer to it. So I'm excited about that. Yeah, because when you think about like 4 years, 3.5 years, that sort of thing, especially if you like really look into the shit and yourself, which we did, then I think it's definitely possible. But you see, I used to really want to like convince people of this like spiritual stuff, but nowadays I don't really care. It's like, I mean, as long as you see your progress, as long as there's journey happening, doesn't really matter the labels, these explanations and stuff. It's just something that's fascinating to me, so I wanted to share, talk about it. Yeah, I think I'll probably send Jake a Gmail on Christmas or something. Yeah, I've been feeling that intuitively. I should do it on holidays, because I think Jake, he actually, there was a funny moment, because he studied Steve a lot, because Steve is a much more powerful reader according to Fluffy, and Fluffy's like learning from him, and he would send Steve energy, and Steve is like, he really feels energy, and one time he got to Steve, he wasn't like bugging him, but like, and Steve would talk about things that Fluffy would mention, and Steve then it indirectly mentioned him. He said like, because Fluffy said something about like they read like one card differently or something, and then Steve was like, oh, some schmuck with like 5 subscribers, he said it means this, it actually means this. And then Fluffy was like so happy that Steve mentioned him. Okay, so what do I think about all my friends being close friends, especially far away? I think that's my thing. Because that's the real connections. And I think it's a good thing. Because look, you can see, like, I don't think a lot of people can handle the G-Man. It's like I can be very passionate and like, oh my god, blah, 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 if you smell what a rock is cooking. And that's just a little taste. I can't go a video without wrestling reference. Bam! DDP yoga. So I learned that the friend that understands that he was using that subtlety, the subtle jabs from music, lyrics, for this whole time. that's brilliant. That's genius. I love that. Oh, it feels so good. Oh, that's better. You know, that's awesome. I was listening to, while I was editing, I was listening to, well, what I said about, current life, next lives, our soul traveling. One thing I reached to point, the appreciation for because souls, the body will change. The body will, it will sadly be gone. And in the next life we'll get a new one, I guess. What's like Avatar they call it. I will miss my body. And I will miss like people like Francesca. I will miss Vicky C. I will miss Charlotte. I will miss mi familia. I'll miss a lot. So I'm just happy that I now feel this appreciation for us. I'll miss Thriller. I'll miss Daniel the Innovator. Yeah, because our souls, I believe, will continue, but we will be in different bodies. Yeah, or something like that. So that makes this life worth living. So let's enjoy every moment. It's like Maya sings, take your time, enjoy it, every fleeting moment. Legally lost 1 point, so let's make it now. Fluffy the cat. So what I tried to say and completely forgot. Oh, I got lost. He said that he approached and like talked to like 200 girls like last year, and energetically they all had the same energy as the runners. This like what was that card? I forgot. Like Queen of Wands, I think, where it's like this like pretense. They pretend, they play games or whatever, and that's so it's either that kind of thing if you try to get someone, or it's like my way where I don't feel any other girls. I don't like, there's like, even if I tried, I don't think it will work right now. So, but that was like a while ago, so I don't know. But I think eventually, as we break, maybe it's not even that this person the other soulmate has to break through that bubble, but maybe we have to break through that bubble. Or maybe as we continue to evolve and learn and grow, that bubble will kind of fade away. Or maybe people of Earth will send Lord Goku energy, he will break that bubble. Yeah. It's just basically, so what I want to say is, it's like if you felt, it's like it kind of explains why there was like no new love, until now or whatever. And I don't know. I do not know. Like, how do I know? So, I'm a crazy person. Oh, yes. I'm certainly are. Because he said that I look, or he watched the interview on Ariel Halwani. Kind of reminded him of G-Man and all the movements and shit, and glasses probably. Now I see it. Cheers. That's just a little taste of the. This was a little, but I do feel that.